Resound's vision is to make podcasting easier and to make it available as a tool. We're really taking a mobile first approach. We have a freemium model, and we really believe in that and are really excited about how we can potentially, change the podcasting space, specifically in the post-production, for the good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Awesoming's podcast, where we highlight people pursuing their definition of, you guessed it, awesome. So buckle up and get ready for some more success story adventures and failures from Kentucky's tech and entrepreneur community. Hey y'all, thanks for tuning back into this episode of the Awesoming Podcast. Stoked today to talk with our guest, Jacob Bozarth of Resound out of Louisville, Kentucky. He was the winner of April 2022's Five Across event here in Lexington at the Lyric Theater. And Jacob, we'll do, again, our quick recap of what you did at Five Across, the entire event. Just want to hear things from your perspective as the winner, and also really excited for those who are listening. If you didn't attend live, we announced a really cool partnership with Keyhorse Capital out of Kentucky, and they are giving a $5,000 safe note investment to winners. So grateful for them, and also partnerships with Connect by Windstream and Airing Ventures, who support the Kentucky entrepreneur community and Five Across. So Jacob, we'll be quick. I know you're a busy man, just got off a red eye, so we'll let you get back to sleep here in a second, but want to get a quick recap from your end about the Five Across, the event, maybe where the money's going to go, how you felt, how you got connected, all the good stuff. Just want to set you up so you can hit a home run. That was not a crack of a bat, but you know the gist. So yeah, Jacob, I'll let you your rant, brother. So glad I could get you for a few minutes and appreciative of your time.
Love it. Thank you for having me. And yeah, we had a great time at the Five Across event, and even leading up to the event, it was just a really, really helpful for us as we had to get our pitch down to 5 minutes. As you can imagine, 5 minutes is a very short time. So yeah, how we were connected to Five Across, I believe it was actually Kelby Price with Keyhorse Capital, which you mentioned, that introduced us to Keith. And so we connected with Keith, had a great conversation. We've been fundraising, or in the fundraising process, and are in the process of closing our seed round. And so, yeah, I got connected and thought, man, this would be a great opportunity for us as a new company at Resound to get ourselves out there, to pitch, and to have an opportunity to win $500. So yeah, I mean, specifically on the event, just really, really enjoyed coming out and meeting the other founders. It was really cool to connect with other founders that were there pitching a lot of great companies. Was really impressed. And I would say for me, that was honestly one of the biggest takeaways, was just getting to connect with them, getting to hear about their business, hear about their background, and share stories, and also share resources. For me, one of the most helpful things in starting Resound has been connecting with other founders in the area that have started and grown a business and that have done fundraising. And so just to be able to connect with other founders as well and say, hey, if I could never be a resource to you, as some of them are going to be raising capital down the road. So yeah, that was probably my biggest takeaway from the event. So as a part of the Five Across process, we were assigned a pitch coach, and I would say that was really, really helpful for me. Just to be able to meet with someone who was able to give us kind of objective feedback on our pitch was super helpful. And honestly, through that process, we were able to refine our pitch and our pitch deck even more. And I think it's going to help us continue to be able to close out this round. And, I'm really excited about that.
Who was your pitch coach?
It was Laura.
Halligan?
Yeah. She was awesome. She was also able
That's
to
good stuff, man.
make some recommendations on the fundraising process, and just some different people to reach out to or connect us with. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, Jacob, thanks for sharing all that. It's always good to hear the stories and experiences from people who are in the battle. Entrepreneurs themselves. They walk a tough road, and it's easy to just look at the milestones, the wins, but forget all the day-to-day stuff. Real quickly, for those who were not present, can you give a short elevator spiel, pitch, whatever you want to say, about your company, and also how you differ as a podcast service, or how you really help people improve their existing shows?
Yeah, so Resound is an AI editing software that we are building. It was actually built out of the first company that I started called Resonate Recording. So we work with around 3,000 podcasters. We're kind of a leader in the podcast production services space. And so we have a big problem at Resonate. We spend about 3 to 4 hours manually editing podcasts that are about an hour long of raw audio. And so I remember initially thinking there has to be a better way. And so we decided let's try to build a tool that can streamline this process for our team and solve a problem that we know very intimately. And so the more we built the tool and the more it worked, we're like, man, we should really provide this tool, not just to the Resonate team, but also to everyone that has a podcast and other networks to be able to license the tool to different big podcast networks and, different even production companies like my first company, Resonate Recordings. And so, yeah, basically our vision for this is to make podcasting as easy as possible. I'm sure, as you know, we're recording right now, and that's one part of the process. But then afterwards, you're going to have to go in and edit out all the times I say ah, or another filler word or anything else that might be distracting to the listeners for this show. And so essentially what Resound does is it cuts that time down from, taking you hopefully 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long this interview is, down to, a matter of minutes or 30 minutes depending on kind of how long your audio is. And so, yeah, there is a big hurdle and a big problem in the space is that 44% of podcasters quit after their third episode. And so that for us, that's kind of devastating because we want there to be more podcasters. We want the podcast industry as a whole to thrive and grow and continue to, as it's, grown over 725% since 2018. And so, yeah, Resound's vision is to make podcasting easier and to make it available as a tool. We're really taking a mobile first approach. We have a freemium model, and we really believe in that and are really excited about how we can potentially, change the podcasting space, specifically in the post-production, for the good.
That's great. And again, you hit the nail on the head. People don't know the hours that go into editing, finding the frequencies to cut out, the room noise, all that stuff, filler words, and super cool to use that. I know I've used a script. You mentioned them as a competitor before in the past, and it is cool to hear about Kentucky companies that are changing things. Again, like most people now have a podcast that their company does. That's one of the things that came out of the 2020 pandemic, all that stuff. So again, cool for you guys and what you're doing to revolutionize a very, very rapidly growing industry. And Jacob, last couple things, then we'll hop off here. What is the investment and the prize money going to do for Resound? And then do you have anything you're looking forward to in the rest of this year before coming back in December to compete in the finals?
Yeah. So our check from Five Across was actually the first money that Resound has received. So up until this point, we don't have any money in our bank account. So this is our first money in. So, for me, I think more than the amount, just having money was really exciting. That's like our first check in. So we're in the process of fundraising. Should be closing out our round very soon. And so, I think for us, like this first $500 in some ways makes us official. We feel like an official company now. As I mentioned, we've been building Resound out of my first company, Resonate Recordings, which is a profitable services business. And so we've been funding that. And so, essentially everything we've spent on Resound up until this point has come out of Resonate Recordings. And so it's kind of feels like we are now coming out of the nest and have our own bank account and have $500 in it from the prize money from Five Across. So that's really exciting. And it really feels like a key milestone for us as a company, not just winning the competition, but also to be able to officially have an account. So I think that's really exciting. So between now and the end of this year, or between now and the next Five Across competition, the finals, we should be a lot further along. So right now we're pre-product, pre-revenue. We're really doing a lot of testing with our audio engineers at Resonate Recordings. Outside of that, we do have a wait list that a lot of people have signed up for at resound.fm to get early access to our beta. So we'll be releasing our beta in June of this year for our consumer product. Between now and then, we'll be expanding to being able to edit and remove other discrepancies than just and lip smacks, long pauses, repeats, explicit language. We'll also be building out several integrations to white label and license our product to, podcast hosting platforms like Anchor, remote recording platforms like we're using right now, such as Riverside. And so, we hope to have a lot of traction by the end of this year and by the time we reconnect. And I think it'll be, honestly, I was thinking about that. I was just like, man, that's going to be a really different pitch in a lot of ways at that point, because we will have had hopefully a lot of traction. And, we're kind of, I've transitioned out of my other company and going all in on this along with several others on the team at Resound. And so, I think we'll hopefully have a lot more traction by the December event. And I'm honestly really excited to see where we're at whenever we come back.
Sweet. Jacob, again, thanks for the time. Congratulations on winning April 2022's Fibercross pitch competition. And again, we'll see you in the finals. Can't wait to see you expand just how you talked about. And we'll talk again here soon. Well, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Awesoming's podcast. And another quick thank you to Lee Rosevere and a few members from our community who provide the music that you hear in this show. Lastly, give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. Or even better, come on down to our space. Come be a part of our community and get plugged in, and let's start something awesome together. You guys rock, and we'll see you next time.